So this is Alyssa Shook from the Wolfpack Press here with Principal Becky Rood. Hi, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. So we're just going to ask you a few questions about your background and this new job you have.
Great.
So, where did you attend high school?
I'm from Colorado, actually, and I went to a school called Smoky Hill High School. We were the Buffaloes, and it was in Aurora, Colorado. It was very similar to Wood Creek in a lot of ways.
So what was your high school experience like? Any fond memories? What type of clubs were you in?
Probably not surprising at all. I absolutely loved high school, loved it. I was actually primarily involved as an athlete. I played lacrosse and field hockey both. I played soccer my freshman year as well. I loved participating in spirit days. I was also part of National Honor Society, and academics were really important to me as well. But I went to rallies and basketball games and just really soaked in the whole high school experience. It was really fun.
Awesome. So how has high school changed over the years, do you think?
You know, I think one of the things for me that's a little bit different now is I feel like students have more pressure on them. I put a lot of pressure on myself, I think, in high school because I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I knew I wanted to have a career in that way. But I also think that I didn't have the same pressures that a lot of students have now. I think it's something we just definitely need to pay attention to. I think college is more competitive now, things like that. But the thing I love about high school is in a lot of ways, it just hasn't changed. It's a fun time where you get to be a kid, and I want students to live this part of your life. You're not an adult yet. The responsibilities aren't the same, and I felt that way a little bit. It was a really great, fun time to make really fun relationships and really be the person you want to be.
Nice. So do you have any memorable jobs from your high school or college years that you'd like to share?
What did I do? I worked at a toy store I loved kids, so I worked at a toy store for a really long time. That was fun. And then when I was in college, I was actually a bank teller. And so that was probably my favorite job outside of teaching. I used to work the drive-up window with the little tube that sucks in and out, and had a really good time working there. So that was probably my favorite job.
All right. So how many years have you taught?
So I taught math for 7 years. 4 of those were at Wood Creek, and then 3 different schools prior to that. And then I was an assistant principal here for 10 years after that. So this is my 18th year in education.
Awesome. So what are your favorite parts about being a teacher and an administrator?
My favorite part about all of that is you guys. I love high school students. I love being part of their process. So that hasn't really changed from being a teacher to an administrator. In the classroom, I loved watching people get things for the first time. Teaching math was challenging because a lot of students, it's not their favorite subject. There's a lot that are. But when students that previously didn't understand something really understood it, I love that feeling on their the look on their face, the feeling they have. So that was always really fun for me. As an administrator, I like getting people on the right path. Sometimes I think people think being an assistant principal wouldn't be very fun, but when I see students that start their freshman year and they don't start in the best way, and then they move towards their senior year and things shift and they're able to kind of get things under control, I love watching those students walk the stage just as much as I love students who kind of stay on the right path the whole way. But I think that the journey of high school is really fun to watch.
Awesome. So why did you decide to become an administrator?
That's a great question. I think we're all given gifts. Like, we all have things that we're good at. I think administration and organizing things and leadership is one of the things that I do well. And so when I was given the opportunity, Mr. Borhan actually asked me to be an administrator when I was in the classroom. We had somebody leave early in the year, so I actually left the classroom 2 weeks in to become an assistant principal. And I'll be honest, at first I was a little nervous. It was a big shift, but I love the idea of impacting the whole system and really making this place the best place for students. And he was a great mentor. And so in a lot of ways, it was an opportunity for me to work underneath someone that could really shape me in my future career.
Awesome. So describe your first few months as a principal. Any favorite memories that you want to share?
It's funny because I think going into this, I've been at Wood Creek for 14 years. Mm-hmm. When I went from the classroom into the office, you learn a lot of things. And now coming from the assistant principal side to being a principal, there's just a lot to learn. one of the things I'm learning a lot about is the school budget. It's a lot of money and a lot of things going in a lot of different directions. So that's been really new for me. One of my memorable experiences with this year's freshman class, they'll remember that I brought my son with me to a talk I did with them, and he kind of lost it. He was not well behaved, and so that was one of my not finer moments so far this year. But I've really enjoyed getting to know some of the parent community. I've been at meetings that I haven't normally been to, and really just trying to see where we are going as a whole school, and stepping back a little bit has really been my favorite part of the process. I've also had a lot of meetings with teachers this year, and I've gotten to know some people I didn't know as well, and I'm really enjoying that process as well. I do miss some of my time with students. I need to get out more and see them more, because I want to be around you guys as much as I still possibly can be too.
So what are you most excited about as your new role as principal?
I love this school. I love Wood Creek, and I think that comes across in my commitment to the school over the years. And so what I am excited about is seeing us take everything we've already done. The students here are amazing, and I could go on and on about the things I love that you guys do. And I'm really looking forward to just continuing that process of seeing us be a world-class high school, because we already are there. I know there's some areas we can refine, and I look forward to really working on those things with our staff.
So what about the Wood Creek culture really stands out to you?
You know, I spoke about this when I was interviewing for this job. I spent some time talking about this. The thing that I love the most about Wood Creek High School is the hearts of the students. I love how students embrace each other here, and I know we have conflict like any high school does, but I love that I feel like everybody can find a place here. We have a lot of great clubs and things like that, so I love that, but my honest favorite piece is that we are a very community service driven school. Between blood drives and pennies for patients and Santa's helpers and run walks for the Me One Foundation, the students here are super giving and recognize that the world is way bigger than who they are. And so I love our theme for this year, be part of something bigger, because I feel like our students actually live that out all the time and have for years. And so that passion and heart for other people really inspires me. It makes me want to be that way. It makes me want to raise my child that way. I just love that piece of Wood Creek.
Awesome. So can you tell us a little about your family?
Yes, I am married. I have a 5-year-old son. He's right back there in that picture. He just started kindergarten, and he's a ton of fun. And I grew up in Colorado, but my whole family has now moved here. So I actually have, my parents are local. My sister and my niece and nephew and her husband are local. And so we get together mostly for Bronco games. So we do a lot of that because we're big Denver Bronco fans. But I have a great support system. My family is really awesome. And my son is the joy of my life. He's just an amazing kid.
So would you say that family support system, being here and local, has helped you get through the whole interview process and helped you through this transition from jobs?
Absolutely. And it's funny because I always tell students, be thankful for your family, and families come in all different shapes and sizes. But yeah, my mom helped me go shopping when I went to get my interview clothes. And my aunt is a former high school administrator. She and I practiced kind of some of the things that I wanted to say and some of my vision. And so, yeah, having a support system around you, no matter what your career is huge. And I really, really am thankful that I have that around me. And my son loves being part of Wood Creek, loves being around. And so that's going to be really fun for him as he grows up too.
Awesome. So what do you like to do in your spare time? Any hobbies, activities?
Well, I do a lot of things that 5-year-olds like to do. I'm at soccer and things like that. I love to hike, love to mountain bike. I don't get out and do that nearly as much as I used to. I really enjoy sports, outdoor things, just going to the beach and playing Frisbee. I enjoy traveling. I don't do a ton of that, but I love where we live in California because there's the beach and the mountains very close. Mm-hmm. And so when I can, I really enjoy getting away and taking time with my family to do those things.
Awesome. So do you have any last words you'd like to share with the students and teachers of Wood Creek High School?
This has kind of been my theme over the past few months from my interview process till now. I really think that Wood Creek is a great home for people, and I want our students and our teachers to feel that this is where they can grow and flourish. And I've talked about that quite a bit. I'm very humbled to be the principal of this school. It's an amazing school with an amazing staff and amazing students. And so I just hope that I can lead us forward. Mr. Borham was an amazing principal, and like I said before, an amazing mentor. And I just look forward to taking what he did and moving it further.
Thank you for your time. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day for this interview.
It's my pleasure. I really enjoy talking to you guys.